Hello, I'm Jason from JB Prince Company here in New York City, and today we're going to talk about sharpening stones. There's many types of stones you could use to have your knife sharpened. We recommend maybe about a range from a 200 grit all the way up into maybe a 6,000 finer grit. So first up, we have a 220 grit stone. It's a rough stone and it's good for minor chips on your knife and major repairs as well. Just keep in mind with these stones, you want to soak them for quite a while, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, in a bucket filled with water, and again just submerge the whole stone in there. And after it's soaked, take it out and it's ready to go. The benefits of a rough grit stone is going to make quick work of getting your knife sharp, and again get those little chips out if you have any in your knife. So a good choice. Just one thing I'd keep in mind for beginners, maybe practice on an older knife before you use this type of stone, just to kind of get a feel for it, because it will damage your blade if not used properly. So please keep that in mind. Next stone up is a 1000 grit stone, and again you want to soak this type of stone in water about 5 to 10 minutes. Or until the bubbles stop. If you were to use just one stone, the 1 grit stone that leaves on your knife, it's not as refined edge as some of the other stones, say like a 6000, which really refines the edge and gets it really sharp. But if you're doing a lot of vegetable prep or just chopping all day long for in the kitchen, this stone leaves a nice edge on your knife, just a little bit more bite to the blade, but works really well. So keep that in mind as you're sharpening. Next stone available we have here at JB Prince is a Sun Tiger 6000 grit stone. Again, like I was saying, the previous stone, a 1000 grit stone, if you follow it by a 6000 grit stone, it's just going to remove the scratch patterns that you're left with a 1K stone. So 6000 stone is going to refine that edge. If you do a lot of slicing of sashimi or you're doing seared tuna, you want to get really nice slices out of that, the 6000 grit stone works really well. With this type of stone, you don't need to soak in a bucket like this. Just a little bit of splash of water works really well. It's ready to go. If you feel the stone dry out a little bit with any other stones, just again continue to splash some water onto it, and that's just going to leave you a nice surface to sharpen on, and it works really well. Another advantage of a 6000 grit stone, if you feel like your knife is getting a little bit dull and you just want to hone it up a little bit, just a few minutes on the 6000 grit side will just bring that edge back and have your knife ready to go, similar to using like a sharpening steel. Next stone I'd like to talk about is the diamond grit stones. What's nice about these grit stones is they have a continuous flat edge, so you won't need to fix these stones as you would some of the other stones. With some of the other grit stones, they tend to concave a little bit, so you do need to maintain them very well with a stone fixer. But with the diamond stones, they have a continuous flat surface, they don't concave, and with these stones as well, just a little bit of water is all it takes to use. Just keep in mind, after some use, a few months or even a year, the diamond dust sort of gets a little bit finer, so eventually you'll end up, say, if this was a 1000 grit stone, it can get as fine as, maybe 1200 grit stone. So keep in mind when using this stone, you might need to, replace it eventually, but it does last for quite a long time, and it's an excellent choice. Another stone I like to talk about is the double-sided stones. Here I have a 1000 grit stone and a 6000 grit stone. So it's a 2-for-1. It's a really great value if you're just starting out in the culinary field, or if you're just starting out sharpening your knives. It's going to give you a good feel of, the different type of grits. So here you have the 1000 grit side, and then the lighter color is the 6000 grit side. So what you want to do again is soak it 5 to 10 minutes in water, and after that just take it out and you can start sharpening. I recommend starting on the 1000 grit side, and then you can finish up on the 6000 grit side. And if during the week, your knife is still fairly sharp, but you feel like you just bring out the edge a little bit more, you could just splash a little bit of water on the 6000 side and hone up that edge a little bit. But really convenient for storage, if you're traveling, if you're on the go. Again, 2 stones in one, really convenient. And then next you have your stone fixer. Very important tool, because eventually after you use your stones, they do tend to lose a lot of material and become concave. So what the stone fixer is going to do, it's going to keep that stone nice and flat. So I recommend either doing it before you use your stone or after you use your stone. If you're busy working in the kitchen, maybe every couple days or whenever you sharpen your knife. And again, you want to soak these in water as well. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned. We're going to have some knife sharpening skills lessons. Again, Jason, JB Prince, New York City. Thank you.